My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Okay, so it kind of gets to be a moment where I decide to come back on and share a little word or two, and I say that there's just some things I say are coming along with what I've carved. I have finished up painting these Santas. I actually oiled them too. I soaked them in the oil for days, but some of them were kind of missing some paint on them in places, and I patched that up, kind of repainted the places where they were missing it, because I'd say I probably kind of rushed through it a little too much and kind of got it to where might have just gotten to be a little mess here and there, so took care of that. I'd like to mention how there are certain blanks I've cut out from which to make these black lab retrievers, and you'll see the tail is kind of curled to the side. I kind of made the pattern in a way that I could do that, so it could kind of just be a little special thing there, because I mean the piece of walnut was only so wide that I couldn't make the whole thing with the tail spread out, so kind of did that just to kind of find a way to use the pattern. I'll say there's just a few things lately I've been wanting to show, and some of these I guess I might have put away in some boxes and probably put them away in the shop, because I might not get too much around to working on them soon. But I do want to kind of mention some little things, like I said the other day about the nativity in the previous video I recorded. But I'd say some of that stuff I told you I'd do, some of it I've done. Still got some butternut that should be coming in the mail tomorrow, from which I'd be able to make the other shepherd and the King Melchior. But I'd say while I have a chance, there's a little thing I want to kind of show you all inside of a book that I have around here somewhere, and I wouldn't know exactly what I did with the book. It's probably under a lot of this other stuff here, where I've just been kind of moving things around, putting things away and stuff, and I say it's right here. But I do want to show you all a certain Santa that shows up in this book, and little thing I want to tell you about it is that this is like the one that I've been working on. The book is actually Santa Showcase, and it's from Wood Carving Illustrated Books, and it has, like, I'd say 24 patterns from what it says the best Wood Carving Illustrated. So there's been different artists, different times, show up different things in the book, and I'd say that this is kind of a little bit more of it. And to that matter, I'd say there's a place on this back page where we kind of got this pattern as well. And I've also just kind of been working on these a little bit. I'd say the tassels and ruffles of the hats are still a little wet. Only thing I still have yet to paint is the beards. But I'll tell you a little thing I kind of did with these was I decided to dilute. I decided instead of trying to carve out the bricks with a gouge that I would just burn the bricks in with a wood burner. And I sort of like took a little red acrylic paint and diluted it and sort of painted it on there so that it wouldn't cover the burning, so that the burning of the bricks would still show. That was just one little good solution I had there. I do want to kind of update you all, since finished my last day of work recently on Friday, and it's Sunday night as I record, but do want to update you all on how my diet is going, and will say that ever since being finished on Friday night and getting the day off yesterday, I finally decided to start dieting, and decided today I'd kind of, get back a little bit more to my exercises again, and think that's just helping a lot, and think once I do, I'm going to be kind of taking care of this high blood sugar thing, this borderline diabetes thing, and been also getting putting out all the sweets, all the carbs, maybe kind of trying to eat some fruit just to kind of keep my sugars in line, and not a lot of that sucrose stuff that just kind of makes you kind of sick and all. And so I do want to tell y'all that this was a hereditary thing in my family, because it was kind of a common thing on my mom's side of the family, on her mom's side of the family. And there's been people in my family who were diabetic. There's been people among my relatives who, they had high blood sugar once and were borderline diabetic and eventually became so as they moved on. And there's probably more stories about that than I can really share or tell you, but I'd say it's just one of those things where I've had to kind of start watching it myself. And these last few days, things I've been laying off of, it's just kind of felt so good to my system just to kind of try to fill up with some more nutritious things, vegetables, peanuts, I'd say fruits, little beef sausage bites, little pepper jack cubes, just to kind of name a few things, and trying to hopefully get in with a fitness trainer soon, and probably talk to a fitness trainer about trying to get my health in a little more order, and probably getting a meal plan, maybe try to get things where might lose a little weight, gain a little muscle. I do want to also mention that I finished carving this camel, and one day, like I said, I'll be carving the wise men to come along with it, and that'll be as soon as my other piece of butternut comes in. But like I said, so many of those patterns and blanks have been put away into little Christmas tins, just to kind of try to keep things separated by the project and be in a place where they'll be there to use when we need to use them. And I just want to say that I appreciate y'all coming on to here, coming on to see. I'll have a little bit more to share and say as we move on, so take care and always keep in touch. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.